and everything like that. Won't be able to play because it's really like, do you want the mobility or do you want to be able to kind of like play a fireball game? You know.
I know from conversation that I've had with Icon before that he definitely feels like, obviously he mostly only plays Ryu, and he does not like this matchup, I'll be clear about that, but he does say, I'm really glad to have a good fireball game against Corrin, because if she's over there and if you get good reads on her movement, you can build up a lot of damage by just chucking fireballs. But
yeah, that Shotgunettes will put on a lot of good work for you in that matchup, I would imagine.
But for Ken, right, it's going to be, I mean, honestly, if you play Street Fighter 6, you're pretty familiar with what he wants to do. He wants to get up in your face and then push you into the corner and then do a bunch of stuff while you're in the corner. And that is exactly what Smirk has been doing so far, right? Push the Corrin over there onto the ledge and then just wait and react or guess. You know, you can also guess. I'm not going to say you can't do that.
Yeah, sometimes, like, in fighting games and Smash alike, like, sometimes the old rock, paper, scissors is just the way to go about some things.
Sometimes the Ume Shoryu, that one right there, just purely on reaction. You whiffed your move, I'm going to come in with the big hit. Focus was pretty smart, except for the fact that SHADIC was indeed still invincible from the Angel platform. So, you know, no big follow-ups, but Smirk is playing with the lead. Gotta feel good about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And now it's now you can you have that freedom to go in and get the hit, because any sort of call out here from Smirk at this point is going to lead to a lot of percent. If he can manage to do it, if he gets both feet back down on the ground, that focus almost spelled a lot of bad things for SHADIC if that had to hit.
Yeah, but it looks like the back air was just spaced well enough. Ooh, the recovery was pretty scary from SHADIC as well, but able to make it back. Love the idea of using that neutral air. That was even better from Smirk. I love the Kara cancel into the Tatsus. And again, you get hit by one of those, you're going all the way to the corner. Street Fighter 6, Smash Ultimate, it doesn't matter. Try and stop me!
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's good that Ken is Ken masters in every way, shape, and form in these games. Mix them all the way. And that's such a weird mix, too, because you feel so compelled to want to air dodge out, but that's like exactly what he's trying to get you to do.
Speaking of air dodges, Smirk is going to get back to ledge, no problem. Still having a little bit of a tough time landing back on the ground, but feet on terra firma. Because we're on Battlefield, that vertical kill power is a little bit nerfed. Definitely a big boon for SHADIC. And there's that focus. You were talking about it at the beginning. That's going to be the biggest tool for him landing, right? We have seen Smirk use it excellently in this game one.
Yeah, because there'll be, I mean, you can focus at any point, but there are moments where it's like SHADIC will be able to cover, like, throw it up air, cover the focus with another move right after. So you can try and cancel the focus after the first, but, you know, there's no guarantee you're out of dodge.
I heard you say you can focus whenever you want, and as somebody with ADHD, I'm like, can you?
Well,
that's crazy. That's like a superpower to me. I'm in the middle of a set, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, oh, hey, there's my buddy. Oh, I lost a stock.
Oh, yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, eavesdropping on conversations happening around you mid-set, absolutely. I feel that. But, you know, either Ken's not neurodivergent or he's way up on this Adderall, because he is focusing a ton at the moment.
I think he's a pretty normal guy. This should be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you get caught in the chainsaw Tsukuyomi, you're not getting out. You just have to pray.
Yeah, just is what it is. Hope you can SDI, maybe get the roll behind after a certain amount of hits, but that is between a rock and a sharp place, I guess.
Idiot Tatsu back to ledge. This is between a rock and a hard place right here. Corrin ledge trapping. And again, as Ken, you know, you don't have access to disjoints. You've got movement and you've got that focus, but that's really about it. And I really like that, actually. On that parry, not being in a good position to capitalize off of it, just create some space and get to a mid-range where you have the burst movement, and SHADIC's probably going to have to react to something that you're doing. Working out great for Smirk, going right back to that ledge trap.
Yeah, it's opting just to rinse and repeat. He understands the kind of difficulties that come into playing the neutral in this matchup. Hold on. I thought a second one was coming.
Yeah. But yeah, couldn't chain together multiple up airs. You better start guessing, buddy. SHADIC with the good reactions. Goes right back to the ledge. Times that get up nicely. Not going to get a full juggle, though. And the jabs, it does mean he's going back into the corner. Smirk on the verge of closing this one out, but could not get the confirm. Canceled into the Shoryu a little bit too early, and now SHADIC's back on the juggle.
Yeah, and threatening with that, again with that back air, too. That little bit of rage is going to close. You can see it almost did the deal from center stage here. Now offstage, trying to use that advantageous pin on these Battlefield platforms. And the threat of the up air, too. He's chasing this Street Fighter down, and things are looking tough.
The shield poke, though. SHADIC placing it perfectly. Knowing that hitbox travels in that arc you're actually pretty likely to shield poke from the bottom as long as you hit that first up air on the shield when they're up there. Just really good stuff from him. But man, Smirk kept it close that whole way through.
It was tooth and nail the entire way through this first game. We'll have to see, because now the adjustments start to come in, right? And it's usually like, usually when you see the players at SHADIC's caliber that he's at now, where you are, you know, top 25, top 20, maybe even at this point with his result, maybe top 10 in the world. You know, it's
I'm sorry, maybe?
Most likely.
Maybe top 10 in the world?
Most likely. Look,
can you try top 5 for me?
I've seen these ranking systems that these guys on Twitter are making. I would like to point out that in one of those shoe stats rankings, he went down in the Corrin rankings. Despite this, so I will take everything with a grain of salt. I believe in my heart of hearts this kid is top 5.
Top 5 in the world, and I'm not joking.
Either way.
Anyways, what
I think one of the big deals that separates these top players from these high level players is the adjustment game. Even if it may not seem like, you know, they're reinventing the wheel or fully changing the game plan, but the slight adjustments, you know, you could have a close game 1, feel confident about it, and they blow you out of the water in game 2. And sometimes that one game is all they need. So we'll have to see if Smirk can kind of keep up with the adjustment pace that SHADIC's going to present.
I mean, so far, Smirk definitely coming right back at him with the same ferocity. I think that juggle game and everything is definitely going to change as we're here on Hollow Bastion. You saw Smirk really making great use of those platforms to land, which normally you're like, those are in the way. That's going to make it harder for me to land, and Corrin's going to keep up this juggle. But Smirk was doing a really good job of making them, you know, threaten I can stop my focus and go to them. I can air dodge to them, all of that. But like you were saying, there is a level that separates the top players and the high-level players, and one of the things that they really catch up on those like micro adjustments are those just very small habits that they can slightly more consistently punish. Stuff like those air dodges, like where he's letting go of those focuses. But, you know, as I'm saying all that, Smirk's saying, hey, please do not forget about me.
Right.
Now up 1 stock again. I mean, he has been getting off to a hot start in both of these games thus far, just that SHADIC always keeping it close.
And that's all you can do is, like, you know, these opportunities to get up close and in his face, and like you said, just do the Ken Masters things of forcing you to guess and just keeping you in the corner. He's going to understand that he's not going to get those very often in a game. So trying to maximize 50 damage off of one of those interactions is pretty nice, but SHADIC evening it right back up with a nice chain of up airs.
Always knowing when the good time to cash out is, and dropping down to toss out that pin. And a lot of people don't even have the presence of mind to do that, right? You'll see them sit at ledge. Maybe they'll go for a back air or something, which is risky, and Ken can make it back from that. But no, SHADIC, again, punish game down to a T. You know, again, Smirk got off to the lead and even did some extra damage, but he is now the one on the back foot.
And there it is, the damage in this. You almost saw the counter pick almost coming back to bite him. SHADIC was about to reset his entire combo on that Hollow Bastion platform, but he's not done with this advantage yet, man.
Seems like he never is, and he said, I know you're going for some kind of burst to get out of there. And you know what that up B also has? Multiple hits. So even if he focused, that still might have taken him off the top.
Yeah, because we saw it there. He focused through the up air, but SHADIC immediately buffered a nair right after to knock him out of, even if you try to use movement out of the focus, to keep him up top, forcing him to go even higher, and capped it off with the Dragon Ascent.
We're still going to have to see if Smirk has an answer. Maybe if he's willing to change up the characters. Personally, I'd like to see him stick with the Ken. I don't think he's getting beaten on anything on the character. It's just that SHADIC has started honing the advantage a little bit better. He's been more tuned into, again, some of these defensive habits, some of the stuff on the juggle. And this is also the problem when you play multiple characters. Is sometimes you're like, am I going to regret it if I do switch, or if I don't switch? What am I going to do? And right now, yeah, Smirk definitely just like, okay, I want to at least try the Ryu. I want to see if maybe that Fireball game can get me through some stuff, maybe more consistent combos as well. But you're going to be giving up a lot of stage control in general, so game plan definitely going to have to change up.
Yeah, we'll see what the World Warrior can do differently. Obviously, kind of a tough start at first, but you know, like I said, maybe the shotgunness can really kind of change the tempo of a plan and really kind of help when he's getting his back to a corner. But SHADIC just showing the utmost confidence in edge guarding the Shoto nair off the ledge into the bear.
Not only was that nair the right option to, you know, just hit him in general, but that SHADIC did it at the exact timing where he knew the beginning parts of the nair, that back hit, wouldn't hit him because he'd be in the middle of air dodging, and then the back hit of the chainsaw would set up for the back air because that's when the air dodge would end. Just intelligent fully through.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the Nair Bear is a Corrin classic dating all the way back to Smash 4, but hitting it like fast falling onto somebody on stage and shield and using it as a continuation of your edge guard, two completely different applications.
And again, just that he had to wait and do it at the specific timing where that back hit of it with the pin, the skewer, whatever you want to call it, wouldn't hit him, but that the back hit of the chainsaw would. Just again, really, really well timed, and SHADIC not missing a beat right now. Again, the reason he's been winning, I feel like, has been because that advantage state has been good, not necessarily because of the way that he's picking apart that neutral game or anything. And Smirk having to make that mid-set adjustment, having some troubles breaking down the wall, and SHADIC, he's got that reactive armor. Every time the Ryu's in his face, he strikes back.
Yeah, and that's the tough part too, is like when you're playing against a player who just isn't necessarily out neutraling you, but they're just so confident in their ability to push that advantage as far as they can. And unfortunately, in Smirk's case, even though he did switch to the Ryu, SHADIC's game plan doesn't change. You know, you're still edge guarding or juggling a Shoto. Like not a whole lot's gonna be different, at least on the SHADIC playbook. You know.
Yeah, there you go. Focus to get down, but he got popped a little too early, and SHADIC